Hello, everybody. This
Restarting?
is... Fuck you. This is the Unwatchable podcast, and we are back for episode 13. Today, as always, I am joined by Disaster Dave and Zoodude, and you all know me, I hope. You're here on my channel, so I hope you know who the hell I am. Pheno, yeah, we're here for the 13th episode. Still going strong. Today, we're going to be talking about the games we've been playing. We're going to go through some news, if you can call it that. It's not the worst news week we've had. I mean, that's great. E3 is what? This weekend? Is E3 this weekend? So we got last weekend?
Yeah, it is.
Whenever this goes up.
Maybe.
So E3 news hopefully coming. And so it won't be a dry spell anymore. So that's nice. That's great. So yeah, thank you all for coming back. And watching episode 13. If this is your first time here, we're going to go around, as we always do. And Dave, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you've been doing on your channel, and yeah.
Hi, I'm Disaster Dave. I'm really bright, but if I move over here, it'll get brighter. So, what if I move closer? I become Dungeon Dave, and that's how that works. So on my channel, I've been doing jack fuck all because YouTube.
I haven't heard of that game yet. It sounds. Is that an Ubisoft title?
Yeah, it's imported. Yeah, so I can't upload anything. So go to my channel and just rewatch my old shit because it's there and it's just as good.
What a plug.
Go watch my old shit.
I keep getting replies from Google
That's the
customer
equivalent
support,
of-
and they're just like, try again? No? And then 2 days later, try again?
That felt like the equivalent of what's for dinner. I don't fucking know. Whatever in the fridge, eat it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, that's me. That's what's on my channel this week.
Nice.
Oh, shit.
Zoodude, who are you, and what have you been doing on your channel?
Yo.
Now you get
You
the
know who I
title of
am.
the podcast if you're new.
Right. Da, da, da. You know who I am. It's in the title. It's down below. I just felt like I was pointing at my dick right now.
Hey, I'm
That
down
was very
here on my
awkward.
video. On the one everyone's watching, you're pointing down. That's my dick.
Pheno is
Stop. Just stop right there.
a member of society.
Oh, and I'm Pheno. I play a lot of games on the channel, and what we're going to do now is we're going to talk about the games we've been playing, either on our channel or on our own time, which none of us have a lot of our own time, but yeah, it's been a fun week, and Zoodude, why don't you kick it off this
Hey.
week for what you've been up to?
I have still been playing a shitload of Injustice 2 and Destiny. And that's taken up... and this little stupid fucking game called Magikarp Jump, which has just sucked all my free time when I'm just sitting there.
So,
but that's
what-
not something I want to talk about because
Yeah.
it's the stupidest game ever created. And you're a piece of shit for even making it known to me. But Injustice 2 is it's a hell of a game.
Nice. So I do want
It's
to
a hell of a game.
ask you on the topic of Magikarp Jump, because I too have been
Ugh.
playing a shit ton of that game. If you can
I
call
wonder
it
if
a
I can
game.
gouge my eyes out with this.
Probably try it. Why do we play it? That's what I want to know. Why
I don't know.
there's nothing in that game that should be stimulating at all. Like, there's nothing there that's engaging, stimulating, productive, accomplishing, nothing. And yet I can't stop going, I wonder if I have any training points, or maybe my Pikachu's awake, or like, what do you think it is?
I don't know. Like, I try to think about it. Like, there's no... Usually a game has a point, you know, or some sort of interaction. This is literally... It's a time management game without like the game aspect of it. You're literally just like waiting for stupid shit to happen. I just don't know. Maybe it's because I like Magikarp.
And why Magikarp? Like, of all, 680 something Pokemon, Magikarp gets his own game? Like, is that just the humor in it that he gets his own game? And I don't...
He's a gangster.
Okay.
I beat the Elite Four with a Magikarp in Gold.
Cool story. Do you play Magikarp, John? Dave?
Well, about that. See, I was
About
gonna
what?
download it, but then I didn't. So no.
But
Cool story, bro.
why?
Because I can't bring myself to do it. I looked at it. I pulled it up in the app. I was like, wow, 4.8 stars. Look at that. I read some reviews. And my finger was like right over that download button, and then I was like, what am I doing with my life? And I put my phone down.
I tried. So my mother is playing the shit out of that game, and Holly, my wife, had no interest in it at all. Nothing. Nada. Zilch. And I'm like, are you going to play it? Are you going to give it a shot? Look, I'm like ranked like 18. You want to play it? You want to have some fun? Look, now I'm ranked 19. You want to play it? You want to have some fun? Why don't you give it a shot? Nah, I don't want to. I took her phone, installed it, and gave it to her, and she's almost higher ranked than me now. She has not stopped playing that game. And I don't know. We've got friends at work now playing it, and
I think it's a brainwashing experiment. I think there's like some sort of algorithm they figured out how to just make people do stupid shit for hours upon hours with no reward.
well, what's really funny is like Pokemon Go got super criticized because it wasn't a game. It was literally like flick the phone, the simulator, and they managed to make a game that is less of a game than Pokemon Go.
Mm-hmm.
And it has higher review scores. It is like number 1 on the phone for downloads or some crazy shit. Like, I don't understand it. And you're playing it right now, aren't you? You're staring at it right now.
No, I'm not.
You son of a bitch. Yeah, it's, I don't know. But yeah, I'd rather talk about Injustice
Stupid.
2. I'd rather talk about Injustice
Me too.
2 and what your thoughts are now that it's been out for 2 weeks? What your thoughts are
Yeah,
on
about
it?
2 weeks.
And do you think it's got a longer lifespan than that last game that you played?
Oh my god, of course it does. Speaking of that last game, I did hop into it briefly because they released 2 new characters. And so there's one I want to try out, the Centaurian. And
So what's
it's
the
actually
game?
a really
Just
fun
really quick,
character.
so our viewers know what you're talking
The
about.
game is called Ubisoft Fucks You in the Ass
It's For Honor.
2017. Yes.
The game is For Honor.
Yes. I guess you could call it that. That's the beta name. But yeah, so the new characters came out, and I played the Centaurian. I really liked it. It was actually a really good character, but like I had an okay time. But then I was like, well, why would I play this game when I have Injustice 2? Like, I felt like if I took time to play that game, I'm just not spending it on a game that's more fun and has a lot more to it than this other piece of shit. Which it's just, again, another sad thing where it's just like too little, too late. You know, if they had made a bunch of these changes like right away, added these characters earlier, it might have been a different story, but that game is like dead. Like shockingly dead.
What were the queue times like? Were they quick or?
Oh, they're usually quick. They've never really been long. Queue times, it's just like, so I do have like a decent amount of YouTubers I subscribe to who are doing For Honor content. And like pretty much only one is still doing it, and that's because like I think he gained like 40,000 subscribers starting to do this game. So he's pretty much like the
shit.
main guy doing it right now. And
Damn.
every other YouTuber I watch who does it is just pretty much like, the game's dead. I'm not having fun with it, but I get views, so I'm gonna keep making videos, type of thing. But
I
Injustice
couldn't
2
do
is
that.
just a lot better. It's a lot fun. I mean, it's just way more in depth, a lot more to learn from it. So the thing I really love about the game is they have their own gear system, which affects kind of the single player version of the game. You'll get different abilities and stats through the gear. You can only earn gear in game. There's no way to buy it with real money. And on the ranked matches, the stats don't change at all. So it's just like cosmetic at that point. So they really did the gearing right, where it does matter, but it's not like, if you're competitive, it's not a determining factor in the game. And you can't buy any of the game, like, can't use your money to buy gear, which is good.
Are there loot boxes?
Yeah, that's how they distribute it, but it's not like, you can't say like, hey, I want to spend $10 or 10 space bucks and get this many loot boxes. You can only earn them by actually playing the game. I think like either through daily challenges, which there's only like 3 a day, or going through the multiverse, which is like their constantly changing single player environment. So like you'll have different like planets that pop up that have, different difficulties, different modifiers to it, different challenges, and that's how you earn the gear that way. And you'll randomly get it just after matches.
That seems fair. That seems pretty cool.
Yeah, they've done a very good job.
Nice.
And the netcode is super good. Like this is like the first fighting game I've played on my PlayStation where I have very little lag issues in matches, which is shocking with our internet.
Yeah, that's
Usually,
impressive.
And they do have a really good feature, like if you get somebody who you're yellow barring against, they do give the option right there to like not go into that match usually, and it doesn't affect your ranking.
Oh, that's cool.
That's nice.
I don't know if it does it all the time, but every time I've seen somebody who's like, it's like like a typical 4-bar system. So like if you're 3 or 4, you're green, 2's yellow, 1's red. Pretty much anytime I've had anybody's 2 or lower, it says like, do you want to go through this or do you want to find somebody else? And you can just find somebody else and it doesn't affect you.
Cool. Very cool.
That's good.
I'm glad you finally found the game that you've been...
Yeah, and Bane is a badass.
As he
He's
should
super
be.
fun. And there's just a lot. I think there's 29 characters right now, 20 something. The first character pack, there's 9 I think planned for this year to come out as DLC. So the first 3 are coming soon. I want to say in a month or 2, and then they're going to release them. So it's a huge fucking roster.
Nice.
There's just a lot of characters to A, learn yourself, and B, to learn how to fight against.
Cool. And Destiny? You've been enjoying your time with Destiny still?
Still enjoying it. I got myself a Jade Rabbit last night, so I'm very happy. Yeah.
That's
How did
cool.
you get that Jade Rabbit?
By playing the game more than 1 day a week. And I got through a PvP bounty.
I hope you throb for hours. So
does my wife.
So, off the topic of Destiny, because I'm ass and I don't play it.
Sure.
So, what?
True.
True.
You do not play it.
I just shook everything. Earthquake!
Yeah.
My chair. This new chair is just a little too wide, and it hits my fucking desk, and it drives me insane. I have to, slide all of my stuff over now, and I just haven't done it. Yeah. So, yeah. Destiny's fun. We've talked about Destiny in every fucking podcast.
It is.
It's good. It's fun. I enjoyed playing this week.
It is what it is.
We crushed a lot of content this week.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Even though I played once and I only, get called to duty when I'm needed.
That's not true. You're welcome anytime. You're just always playing something else.
Yeah, it's part of running a YouTube channel.
You can make Destiny part of that. Or else you're going to put Destiny 2 on there and people are going to go, who the fuck is this poser? You didn't even play Destiny 1.
I'm okay with that. The internet can
Fucking
think
scrub
what
didn't even get a Jade Rabbit.
the internet can think what the internet wants to think. I don't care.
According to the internet, everybody's gay.
That is the most random fact.
Have you ever seen a message board?
I have, and I do see a lot of that in there, so I guess you're right.
Yes.
Can't argue. You can't argue with the internet, because if you argue with the internet, it's literally like just taking off all of your clothes and throwing it into the fire. You're just going to make the internet burn brighter, and then you're naked, and they're just going to rip you apart then. It's just... There's no point in fighting the internet. At all.
Nah.
You can just either
Yes.
ignore them.
Can you do more of these analogies?
No. Fuck you.
Wait. Like, very erotic.
I like that.
I would have gotten more like just prison ass penetration, but like you set up this whole little backstory of having a nice campfire and a nice glass of wine.
Dude, you just like
Where was their
make it up, or
wine?
do you have these written down?
No,
I
I
mean,
don't
that's
have
just in our imaginations.
No, I don't have them written down. I don't
I
even.
don't know about.
I don't put that much effort into it. I just play games. So Dave, what have you been playing this week? I mean, I'd watch your channel to see what you're playing, but that's a no-go. So I would love to know what you're playing.
Well,
Did that sting a little?
little. I've been playing some Destiny. Yeah, that's all I've played this week. That's literally the only game that I've played at all this week.
Played a lot.
It's just Destiny. I've played it a lot. I've been doing a lot of Crucible. Because I find now that I'm getting into the groove of it again, I don't suck gigantic ass.
And the other night when me and Dave were gonna play, like we were in a match together, but we're on the opposite team. So every time I killed him, I'd dance.
That was quite funny. Of course, every time I rounded the corner, I would weep.
Yeah.
I would like fall down and mourn. I was playing my Titan, and I never play Titan, so I was pretty bad. But yeah, I've played a shit ton of that. I've done some other stuff. I recorded some videos on Destiny, and I will upload them whenever I fucking can. I have one that kind of shows a glitch or a cheese that you can do to get some free loot every week, and then I have one.
I need to do that. Thanks for reminding me.
I haven't done it this week either. I have one also that is of me soloing part of one of the raids, and yeah, that's about all that I recorded so far. But I plan on recording more. Maybe when I have a really good Crucible match. I should have recorded that one before where I had a 7.0 KD. That would have been nice.
Jesus.
But so yeah, I'm gonna put some Destiny content up as soon as I can.
Cool. So I have to ask, because it's now tradition. You beat Persona 5 yet?
No.
Shocker. Why?
I haven't even played it for about 2 weeks now.
Oh.
Why?
I'm going to. I always want to, but then I'm like, Destiny's already in the system.
That's like the laziest excuse.
I'd have to get up.
Well.
It's over there. I'd have to actually physically get up and go over to it.
I got to press that eject button. That's not really a button, so it's really annoying. So
It is
I
a
guess I'll
button.
just
It's
keep
actually a button on the new PS4 and the Pro.
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I actually prefer that.
It like super
Just
blends into
touch
the
shit's
machine though.
annoying.
It like
I
really
have
blends into the
accidentally hit
machine.
the button before. I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember when. It was a long time ago.
Eject. Eject, please. Turn on. Hello.
But yes, I have accidentally hit the button in the middle of playing a game.
Oh.
Why? Why do you touch your console in the middle of a
You're-
game?
Yeah, that's
I
super close.
I like I brushed
Like
up
you're
against
gonna
it.
throw it, motherfucker.
It's while I was playing Bloodborne.
Yeah, well, that's understandable.
I was angry.
So that reminds me. I remember I got Dark Souls 2, and I was starting to play it in the living room. My wife was watching me, and of course, within like 15 minutes, I went up against something that just ass raped me horribly, and you started to get that like, and like you just want to explode, but you can't. And I remember just looking at me and going, why would you play this game? Like, you don't look like you're having fun.
That's the question I'm gonna be answering this week, because
Bloodborne is a lot easier, in
I'm
my
gonna play
opinion, than Dark Souls.
Oh, it's not. If you've played Dark Souls, it is.
Okay, yeah, that's
For a complete new person, it's because Dark Souls has the whole blocking mechanic, so you can kind of pace a little bit. Bloodborne's like it's in your face. You have to react to everything.
Yep.
Hope you can
When
parry,
I played
bitch.
it, it was after a car accident. My wrist was broken. I was in a cast, so I was pushing up against the left analog stick with my cast in order to move. And I couldn't use the gun because it's the L2 button. I couldn't use the gun at all, so I didn't parry any time, period, through the entire game.
So, yeah, I'm terrified to play it.
I am so looking forward to it.
I've almost bought Bloodborne 3 times since the game came out.
It's a good game.
And because everyone says it's fantastic. Everyone's like, it's one of the best PS4 games you can get. It is phenomenal. It's
one of the best exclusives I've ever played, honestly.
And I never opted to buy it. I've always been right there, but it's like, oh, it's $35 in pre-owned, and I'm like, I'm one of those people who do not buy pre-owned games. I will always buy the game new. I despise the concept of pre-owned games. But I'm more than willing.
Fucking cheap.
I'm more than willing to trade in my games, but I always buy new.
Yeah, you want to support the company. I get that.
Right. I don't want to support GameStop. I want them to give me my trade-in value and have my value go toward a new game, and go to the developer, because the developer is who deserves the game, not GameStop. But that's just my personal opinions. I understand people buy used games from GameStop all the time. Or you could just be a total, cheapskate and go to G2A. Dave.
That's a whole different thing.
Dave.
I didn't buy myself anything on G2A.
I've done it too.
Okay, I have, but I didn't recently.
So, yeah. So you've got nothing else you've been playing on your channel, Dave? That's it? That's it? That's all you played?
I've been playing nothing else.
Great.
Literally get home, pick up bounties, play Destiny.
That's a sad, sad life.
No.
So, I know. I'm the minority when it comes to Destiny. I understand.
In about 2 weeks, I'll be playing something else.
What's that?
Yeah. Final Fantasy 14.
Uh-oh.
We're going to talk about that later.
Yes, we will.
So, I've been playing a lot of fun stuff. Prey, still,
Lies.
that game.
When you say fun
That
stuff,
game
and
doesn't
then you
sound
say you've been
fun
playing
anymore.
Prey, is it
Like,
really?
you started out this game saying like it's a Pheno game. It has all the stuff I liked, and every day I see you, you're like, I couldn't climb a fucking pipe in this stupid game. I'm like, this doesn't sound good anymore. It sounds just like
This
it turned
thing killed
into
me 40 times.
a giant rolling bag of dicks that you just can't escape.
Speaking of bag of dicks, my camera, fuck you.
So Prey is still fantastic. It is great. The game suffers from a couple, I would say, fundamental flaws in game design. And fun is one of them that is starting.
Pipe climbing.
So, yes. So one of
Are you
the,
sure it's not user error?
So, kind of. The way the game is designed is, it is a game that lets you choose the way you want to do everything. but only in a way that the game approves. If you want to stack up your neuromods to have strength 3 to open the door, great. If you don't, you got to figure out how else to get into the room. It's one of those very, like, it lets you play the way you kind of want to a certain degree, but at the same time, the game gives you zero inclination on what you need to be doing. There is no directive. There's a giant quest log with all of the different shit, all of your side quests, and a quest thing to do, and it is the most blanket fucking statement in the world. It's like, help get defense for the area to open the door. I'm like, okay.
Of course.
So
what's so hard about that?
you have to go get turrets. It's okay. I found a couple turrets. You have to bring them in. You have to put them in this certain spot. Great. I did that. I put them all on the floor, pointed them toward the door. It wouldn't trigger. There was no trigger. It's like, well, now what do I do? I went and talked to him. She's like, you need to get me 2 turrets. I'm like, there's 3 turrets downstairs. Why is the door not opening? So I go downstairs and I'm like, oh, 2 of the turrets are a little farther back than the front turret. Okay, let's pick up the turret, move it a couple inches forward, redrop it. It worked. That kind of shit, like, just drives me insane. Like, just the little thing. And, like, you're fighting something, and you're shooting it, and it just doesn't die. And then it's like, I have no ammo. Thing's still alive. Game hasn't given me enough ammo up to this point to kill thing. Like,
What about all your goo?
I ran out of goo. There's a fucking video. I run out of goo. Like, I run out of everything. And then you shoot goo at some stuff, and it's like, yep, it bricks and it, like, gets all stuck. You shoot goo at some other stuff, it's like, bitch, please, fuck yo goo. I'm like, what? Why? Why does this game just not care randomly about the way that things should be working? It's like, okay, robot coming at me. I shoot robot. Robot gets covered in goo, hits the ground, punch robot, robot dies. Next robot comes up, flies at me, spits fire, starts swerving all around the room. I can't hit the thing for shit. Kills me. Same robot, same scenario, same weapons. Fucked. Like, there's an entire thing with the episode, I bitched about it last week. I'm going to bitch about it this time. Come up the stairs, hundreds of enemies, no directive on where to go. The enemies are just there. You have to go by them. A timer pops up. You're expected to know what the timer means. Like, no direction. And I don't know. I understand that it harkens back to an age where, like, games didn't hold your hand. Games didn't, force you to go certain ways. They let you wander around and explore and do all of this stuff. But even BioShock always told you where you were going. It always kept you feeling that you could survive the next encounter if you did it correctly. Like, it built this sense of, if I do it right, I won't die. And Prey, initially, I felt like that. I had some ammo, I was doing well, I had the wrench. Now the wrench is useless, I have no ammo, and everything just looks at me and I die. And it's gone from really, really fun, awesome world with story, like, right in your face, like, what is happening, to lots of enemies, no ammo, can't explore the world because I'm running away like a little girl. Oh, look, a pretty piece of scenery, dead. Like, I don't know. The game just takes this turn where it stops caring about the player having a good time and enjoying the world and says, yeah, you're literally on a spaceship, get fucked. And I don't know. The fun element of the game, the more I've played the game, has been removed. And that sucks, because I really, really liked the game. And I find myself sitting here just going, I wish that it wasn't like this. Like, I understand a game being hard. I'm only playing the difficulty on normal. A basic, anybody should be able to complete a game with relative ease and feel a sense of accomplishment playing a game on normal. There were 2 other fucking difficulties higher than normal. And I'm sitting here going, that's impossible. There's no fucking way. Like, if they limit your ammo, like, the game is so brutally punishing with zero directive. It's not based on skill. It's not based on anything. It's literally based on, do I have enough guns? Can I take on the enemy? Like...
Yeah, I mean, you're echoing reviews that a lot of people have said, too, from what I've seen. Like, a lot of people kind of have the same thing, where the beginning of the game, it's nice, it's really fun. As they progress, the end game enemy types are bullshit, and the difficulty spike is ridiculous, and just other things like that. So I've read a few reviews that kind of say the same thing, so it sounds like you're having the same experience.
Yeah, and I mean, it sucks, because, like, when I started playing it, I loved that game. Like, it baited me in, it threw this awesome mindfuck right in my face. I'm like, I want to know what's going on here. The first time I saw a mimic, it terrified me. And now, when I see a mimic, it's like, fuck, another... I don't want to deal with it. Like, it used to be I would enter a room, and I had the moment in the last time I recorded an episode, I was like, coffee mug, I bet you it's a mimic. And I shot the coffee mug. That was fun. Shooting that coffee mug, immediately after I shot the coffee mug, it set in and went, I can't have fun because I just wasted a shotgun round. And now I'm not going to have a bullet that I need later. Like, and that really sucks to just be punished for trying to have fun. If you explore, you run into enemies, you find more enemies, you waste all of your ammo killing the enemies to explore, trying to find ammo and loot so that you can progress in the game, but you wasted all of your ammo you did have to find the ammo you now get, which is equivalent or less than the ammo you used to fucking get the new ammo. So, like, the game punishes you in almost every aspect of the game for simply playing the game. And I don't know, I said it last week, it's bad game design, in my opinion. It's climb pipe to get up. I try climbing pipe, can't climb pipe. Google it, how to get up to point, climb pipe. Go back, climb pipe, suddenly it worked. Did the same exact thing. I have video footage of me doing the thing, going to the same spot of the pipe, climbing up, can't get over the fucking pipe. You have to, like, back your character up off the pipe a little bit that you're standing on.
Is it like the key card incident?
No. It is not user error. It is not me just being an idiot. It is...
Okay.
It is legitimately... And every time I type in a key code now, I read it in my head and go...
It's like, you describing what the game has become reminds me of old, like, PlayStation 1 games where, you know, the days before patching and shit, where you would just get a game and there was always that chance it was just garbage, like just wonky, clunky controls, just fucking bad design. It's weird, like it's done such like a 180 to you, where like starting out you were really into the game, it seemed really interesting. Now it just sounds annoying. Like
it is.
It
That's
doesn't
exactly
sound
how
like
I would.
It doesn't sound like you're given the tools to beat the game like that. I mean, that's like a different, like, I don't really know what else to compare it to, but like something like, to use Bloodborne, since you're going to be playing that soon. Like, that game gives you the tools in the game. Again, there's no hand-holding in it, but you can rely on skill over items that game. Like, you don't need to get the items. They make it easier for you, but you can learn mechanics, you can improve your skill level to help you progress. Where this game just seems like, I don't, like, you just can't, like yeah. if you fuck up, it starts this chain reaction of continually fucking up harder and harder because, well, you didn't beat this group of enemies, so you wasted all that ammo and shit, but you still have to do it to progress. So if you finally find a way to do that, well, then there's the next obstacle where you don't have anything before. Like,
yeah.
Or normally a game would, like, if you fucking blow a bunch of ammo on something, there's a way to get ammo back.
Right. And it's like,
especially in a game that has such like a big crafting thing, I would think that there's a way to like make goo easy enough, or, you know, bullets or something.
Right.
Like, I would kind of assume that's the point of you gathering all this shit, is like, at some point it's like, well, like, the glue cartridges are hard to find, but these are like there's multiple different ingredients you can use to make your own glue. So as
Right.
long as you're being careful, you can make it, but that doesn't seem to be the case.
So the way the crafting system works is you get the loot, it's like junk.
Yeah.
You break it down and it turns into 4 different elements. You can then use or components. You can then use those components to craft ammo, weapons, or various other things. The problem is like it requires the same elements or the same components to make all ammo types. So like you have like so if
That's
I
bad design. That's
if I-
really fucking bad
it is
design.
because if I need pistol ammo and I decide, all right, I'm gonna craft a bunch of pistol ammo, and I make all that pistol ammo, when I go have an encounter and I miss a couple shots, or the enemy just takes way more bullets than anticipated, I no longer have that pistol ammo
Right.
available to me, and I use the same amount of resource to make
Yeah,
20
but
pistol
so you
shots
don't
that
have
would
the-
have made.
The fucking mats to make the other ammo. It's usually that it doesn't make any goddamn sense. Like why would glue, pistol ammo, shotgun ammo all have the same
Right.
components? Like usually it's different stuff. Like
They're
I
not
got
the same exact
these materials
components.
specifically for like
Right.
pistol ammo, but like the glue is like a more common thing. So it's I can just use plants and whatever else. Fine.
Right. But they
I
all
mean, that
require.
sucks. It sucks it always sucks when you have a game like that you really like initially and then it just flips on you and it just crushes you.
Yeah. I'm to the point now where I don't even know if I want to finish it.
Oh wow.
I feel like the story is great and it's captivating, but like it's a plot where you have to either choose to not blow everything up or blow everything up. It's a 50-50
fat
chance
man.
that you're going to blow everything up or that you're going to do the other option, which will result in endgame result. And it's like, I'm not that captivated by the story. I really want to know what happens, but I don't know if it's worth the continual frustration. If I knew how much more time I had to play in the game, I would like consider it, but the game doesn't give you any direction. There's nothing. There's no, we're almost getting there, or the climax of the story's coming, or
Yeah.
there's nothing. There's no semblance of direction in the game. So it's like you're making progress, but you don't know what the progress is being made towards. And it's like, I really want to go back to a starting area because somebody left a fantastic comment in my comment section that actually is the key code to get through a certain door inside of that room because
You're welcome.
Was it you? I think it was my wife, but you can have credit for it too if you want it.
I'll just take the credit. I'm right here.
And yeah, I want to go back, but I know if I go back that I have to go through 3 areas where all the enemies have now respawned and I have no ammo. It's like, that really sucks. And
Yeah. And
So-
I feel your pain even more as somebody who makes YouTube videos because like right before you got this game, we both were kind of like not going to really do Let's Plays anymore because the time investment and it's not really fun for us to do. I know there's people out there who do it and that's like their shtick, but I know for the both of us that's just not really fun and it kind of ruins a game. But like this game came up and you're like, well, I'm just do this one last time, and then it just kind of turned around and bit you in
Right.
the dick.
and the game was supposed to be short. Like I was expecting a 20
Yeah.
hour 20-hour story. I'm like, all right, I can do a Let's Play series for a game that is less than 20 hours. I'm not going to do any more open world Horizon Zero Dawn games again, but I can do a game and experience the story within it. And the game I've recorded 19 episodes, each episode running at a minimum of 40 minutes. So I'm almost to that 20-hour mark, and I just don't feel like I'm anywhere near the end of the game. And the game is just like, there's so many great characters in the game. There's such a nice plot there, but it's drip-fed to you in such an uninteresting way. And I keep waiting for like that BioShock moment where you finally meet the villain and he goes, actually, spoiler alert on a 10-year-old game, I'm not the villain. you're being brainwashed and mind controlled. I'm gonna prove it to you, and like it flips the whole reality of the game on you, and you're like, this whole game I've been playing has been a lie. And when that happened, I'm expecting that moment in Prey, and I don't think it's there. I don't think it exists. I think that the end of the game is going to be a giant fuck you. I think the end of the game is going to be just like the beginning of the game.
I mean, that would be literally the funniest thing ever if it was giant skyscraper-sized letters that just said "fuck you." Like you just open this door, and it's just this big open area.
That would be
Fuck
hilarious. Do you want to know if you're close to the end of the game?
I'd like to know a timeline of how much more time I have in the game.
Not much.
Less than 5 hours?
I would say yeah. Where's the last place that you said that you were going to?
The power supply room?
Yeah, if what I'm reading here is right, then you're almost there.
Yeah, it looks like most people
that
beat the
helps
main
you to
story in like 15 hours. Main story plus some extras, 27-ish. And
So
if
if that
like
helps to
completionist is
motivate
like
you-
41. So I think if you stick to the main story, I mean, I have no idea where you are, but sounds like you put enough hours into it. If you just stick to the main story, you can probably knock it out.
Right, but the question
want
is, am I going to get I Am Setsuna? That's also a huge concern I have, because when I played I Am Setsuna, I was crushing that game. I had grinded. I was like destroying everything with ease. No, I hadn't lost at all. And then at the end of the game, the final boss is unfucking killable. Like,
Sounds like a JRPG.
beat the shit out of me, and there was no escalation. It was easy, 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 can't beat. And the last game I played that also did that to me was Final Fantasy, the one with all the little chibi characters.
Oh, Record Keeper?
No, not Record Keeper.
I
That's
don't
a
know.
phone game.
It is.
You got it for me for my birthday.
Oh shit, yeah. What's that called?
That was the last game that I didn't get to beat because I had put so much time into the game and I'd grinded and I'd played it for hours and hours and hours that when I got to the final boss, he had like this much health left and I could not kill him. Like, could
World
not.
of Final Fantasy.
That. The game was fantastic. I knew how the game was going to end. I'd already figured out the plot, like, and I didn't want to deal with it anymore. The final fight has like 3 phases. I made it through phase 1, phase 2, and got to the final phase, and he had like that much health left. And I was like, it's over. I'm going to win. This is amazing. And then he like one-shots my entire party, and I'm like, oh, it's got to be a cutscene. You know, it's a set loss because it just happens like this. And I'm like, and then it goes game over, and I'm like, I was just so upset. Like, I just turned off the PlayStation. I was like, yep, done with that. And I Am Setsuna did the same thing. And they're both Square Enix, so I don't know if it's a Square Enix thing, but
It kind of is.
it
a
really
little bit,
bothered
yeah.
me. Kingdom Hearts
It sounds
1
like most
was just the
Final
worst
Fantasy
for them.
games I've played where, you know, there's like you get this kind of like, you know, kind of peaks and valleys. Like you'll get to a point where like, all right, I have to grind it a little bit. Okay, now I can beat this. And then the last boss just has just the most amazing bag of dickery that it throws at you.
Yep.
That you
Yeah.
have to, like, what was it in Final Fantasy IX? It was literally a like tie-dyed planet that was just the biggest fucking
that's
piece
one of the
of
optional
shit.
bosses. Yeah, Ozma.
Yeah, I just remember that it was just like, and they do that to, I don't know why. It's something wrong with those people, but that's just like a common thing where they make like a boss so fucking hard that it either pushes you away from the game or pushes you to this thing where like you find the cheesiest fucking way to just beat it, or you just, you know, summon your spirit animal and just pound through it, and just by like the hair of your ass you beat the boss.
See,
Yep.
the final bosses in JRPGs are like the entirety of Bloodborne. You're supposed to die.
Yeah.
So in Prey,
And it's usually in phases. Like you'll beat the first phase. All right, now it's bumped up a bit. you'll have another phase. You're like, wow, that was really tough. I made it through. Then that last phase just like just cock slaps you and you're dead. And then, oh, guess what? You have to start all over again.
And Prey,
Hope you bought enough elixirs.
Prey feels like that. Like that's Prey. The only difference is it's not a boss battle. It is the game.
My life.
You start out really easy, and then it just goes whoop, and it's like, well, that sucks. It's like, I don't know.
And that doesn't really. It doesn't seem like a game that would be very conducive to that type of difficulty. Like it seems like it's a much more of like a puzzle game type of like I never expected it to become what you're describing of where you're fighting enemies so much. Like I pictured much more of like you have like you're not really you're a scientist guy, so you're not really you don't really know about guns and all this shit. Like you're not really meant
I'm
to
a
fight.
soldier now. I've seen and done
but
things.
Like it seemed like more like a game like you find a way around these enemies because they're so hard to beat. Like you could take them on, but you might want to do the smarter way of like evading them, trapping them type of thing.
Right.
Where now that seems like that's gone out the fucking window. Like you have to shoot your way through this game.
Yep. And it sucks. It really does. That it sucks. And yeah, I'm gonna keep playing it. I'm gonna give it at least another probably week. I want to finish it. I've yet to play a game here on my channel that I have not finished. And I don't know. It's a bummer that. And it sucks because...
It's not so bad. I have no regrets about Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah,
I see the shortcut right on my desktop, and I'm just like, yeah, fuck you.
You haven't put 18 episodes into Mass Effect. You had, 5, and had already deemed it crap after episode 2.
I had, 11 ready to go, and I was just like, nah, I'm not doing this.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. I'm so close. I want to know what happens. I feel like... If after episode 16 I don't experience it for myself and see what happens, then episode 16 was not worth it. And episode 16, if the viewers and even you two watch any part of that series, watch episode 16. It is literally
is it up now?
Yeah, it's up. It went up yesterday.
It went up today, right? Yesterday.
And it's just the worst. It's even titled just the worst. It is when the game told me that this is not fun anymore. Fuck you. Thank you for your $60. Have a nice day. So I would highly even and it starts right into the episode because I end episode 15 going through a loading screen. I'm like, all right, let's do this. I'm having a decent time. And just, it shits all over. Literally, I come out the door. I'm like, oh, look, there's a robot. Oh, there's another robot. Oh, there's another. I'm dead. And it just continues for the entire episode. It's 40 minutes of me just flat dying and getting so upset. It just is the worst.
I wish you used a webcam.
No, the game is.
Come on, do it for Bloodborne, man.
No, my computer just can't handle it. And
record the files separately.
The game is just stressful. I don't come away from Prey going, yeah, that was a lot of fun, like I used to. I come away from Prey going, I'm fucking exhausted. By the time, when you watch the videos, you can tell when I start recording Prey, and then you can follow it literally to the second or third episode that I recorded back to back, and you can just listen to me slowly just get more and more beat down.
And welcome back, fucking Prey.
Yeah.
Pheno.
By the end of the episode, it's like I just
hope find some goo.
Yeah, I don't know. Game's fun though. Some lady yelled at me because I ate food off of the table, and I'm like, that's what the game's been telling me to do for the past 15 hours. If you find food, you take it and eat it. Don't eat that. It's not yours. It's like, fuck you.
Shooter?
No, I did not shoot her. I have not intentionally killed a human. I have let turrets do my dirty work, and goo apparently blows up people.
You're fucking Killgrave, man.
Right?
That's a Jessica Jones reference.
Purple man, piece of shit.
It.
But
the Purple Man.
Other than yelling at...
You just need the British accent.
Yeah, I can't do that. I'm not even gonna try. Um,
I was hoping.
Hello, mate. I'm British Pheno. Hello. Oh.
I could do better than that, but yeah. So other than Prey and just the misery that that game has become in my life, I've been playing more Minion Masters, which is still fantastic. Monster Slayers, still fantastic. I think I'm finally getting good at the game. It's episode 21 and I beat it for the second time. Spoiler
Heyo.
alert. It took 21 episodes to get a second clear of that game. And it's punishing. And congratulations, by the way. I said this in my video. Monster Slayers, grats on your 85. Officially scored on Metacritic with an 85 for an indie game.
Nice.
For $8.99. That's really good. It puts them into the top
The game
games.
looks awesome.
Yeah, it puts them into the top games of 2017 now.
That looks.
Oh, the game
Well,
looks fine. The art style is just unique.
It looks fun to play. I'll put it that way.
Yes.
There you go.
The art style is, it's hit or miss depending on what you like.
Right. I've been playing a lot more Dead Cells. That game just continues to be fantastic.
I need to play more of that. It's a very good game.
The boss, I finally made it to the first boss. I'm not going to spoil this series because it's a lot of fun, but let's just say
Plus, if you spoil
Turret
it, I will
turrets.
take this and hold it like this and throat punch you.
turrets, man. All I can say is
In here.
unlock turrets and make sure at all times you have a
Fuck it.
turret. Because holy shit, that's a game that is the definition of good game design because it is a game that is punishing but so rewarding the entire time you're doing it. And
And the game's like $14.
yeah, and I find that like I play Prey and I'm like, all right, I need a game to wind down, and I go to Dead Cells. And Dead Cells is not the type of game that I should be going to wind down because it's just as intense, it's just as brutal. Most enemies like one or two shot you. The game is very difficult, and once you hit a certain point in that game, they just like, I don't know if it's because the game is in early access and they've artificially like increased the difficulty when you hit a certain point so that it's really hard to make it past that point.
I mean, they're still working on balancing, I'm sure, since it's in early access. So
Right.
that stuff might change. Who knows?
But it's great, and I'm loving that. And then another game that I did play this week was Disgaea 5.
Yes.
Complete edition for the Nintendo Switch. So I have 2 points to make on this topic. One, Disgaea, I am 3.5 hours into the game, and I have completed the demo. I spent hours just grinding, getting characters. My highest level is like level 9. The game is fantastic. It is incredible. The story is super cool. It is anime to a T, which I love.
It is.
It makes me feel like I'm literally watching like Fairy Tail or something like one of those animes, which is really cool. It is very fan servicey. The main female character is literally there to just be as ditzy and annoying, but for some reason you want her as possible. Typical anime girl. The game it's fantastic. It's really good.
Yeah. Would you say it's the best Disgaea game you've ever played?
No, not yet.
Oh
No?
shit.
I'm not far enough in. So the one thing that I really
I'm
liked.
surprised.
So the one thing that I really liked about Absence of Detention was Mao. I liked the main character, and I feel like the main character in Disgaea 5 is the polar opposite of Mao. He's not very
That's fair.
sarcastic. He's got a very dry, droll sense of humor. He is the like cliche.
I like him.
He's the cliche anime, I don't understand why all the girls like me, I'm going to do my own thing kind of character. And I feel like Mao's character was given boobs and turned into a girl. Like, blatantly, Mao is the female character to a T, but a female version of her. and she drives the game more at the current point that I am in it than the main character himself. He has a goal, but his goal is being directed by her goal because she attaches. It's very anime. Guy finds girl, goes on mission together. Seven Deadly Sins is like the spot on. It's a very great Netflix anime. I'd highly recommend. But it's great, and that is like fan service up the yin yang too. It's great. But yeah, it's great. I hope that it is better than 3. I feel like the combat.
I will say the gameplay for sure.
The gameplay,
the combat, everything about
3.
that. The way they did the skill system, the item world, everything about it, I like.
I haven't even
the
unlocked
story.
The item world yet, so
you don't unlock that for quite a while. But the story itself, I mean, each one has their own special thing that they kind of bring to the table.
Yeah.
I would have to agree with you that I think that the Absence of Detention story might be one of my favorites, but I don't know if it is my favorite.
And like I said, the story is right up my alley. It's a very interesting story to me, and it's a game that me and my wife are playing together. So we're gonna push the story together. I'll grind on my own time and do all this stuff. But it gave me, so that's great. But on the second point that I want to make is, thank you, Switch. Thank you. Thank you. It's been 2.5 months since you came out, and I have a game to play. So thank you.
There you go.
Thank you. And I would also like to take this moment to say, fuck you, Nintendo. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Because for the first time I'm using my Switch legitimately and having a great time, what do? I click the R1 or the L1 trigger on my Joy-Con, and the spring isn't there, so it just sticks and fucking spins.
Seriously?
So, I've had a broken Joy-Con since I bought the Switch, but have never pushed the button to find out if it is broken, so I've never had the issue with it. And what am I going to do? Return my Switch and get a new one?
No.
So now I have to go buy another full Joy-Con kit, and so I can play my game without going for hours.
They'll warranty that shit, I'm sure.
Warranty it? I'm gonna go through
controller.
I'm gonna go through Nintendo's customer service. That's great. What am I supposed to do in the meantime while I'm waiting for a new controller? While I wait for Nintendo to literally print one and put it on a plane and fly it to me.
You could just call Nintendo's customer service and wait on hold while you're loading and pray.
You're not funny.
It's kind of funny.
So, yeah, that was a huge bummer to me. It just sucks. Like, you can literally just push the joy. Like, there's no spring there. It literally, you push it once, it locks, and you literally have to pry it up like you used to have to for those old Mad Catz controllers when the thing would get stuck in the socket. And you'd have to, pop it back out in order to get it to work. There's just no spring there.
Mad Catz.
I'm super upset about that, but the game looks great. The screen is gorgeous. It plays smooth. I'm not having an issue because I don't need to use this analog stick, so that the fact that it's really close to the actual B button or whatever button it is on the Nintendo systems isn't a problem for me. It's great. I would highly recommend anyone who has a Switch to get the new Disgaea game and give it a look. And I would honestly say it could potentially be, for those of you who like those JRPG tactics styled games, it could be a system seller. It comes with all of the DLC, comes with everything that the PS4 version had, and it's portable. And I feel like Disgaea is a game that really benefits from being portable.
Yeah, it does.
It's a game that doesn't fit to me on a console. It just doesn't fit on a console to me because of the amount of time you have to devote to it. It makes it way better to have it pick it up and go.
I mean, I had it on PS4, but I never played it on PS4. I would remote play it to my Vita, usually from bed.
Yep.
But yeah, it felt weird to play it on console compared to on the Vita.
Yeah.
So I get that.
It's great, and it really shows the Switch, and it shows where the Switch is going to shine for me. It's for handheld. I would highly recommend playing it on handheld personally.
Oh, fuck.
But it
God
was
damn
great.
it, Skype.
It's fun. I love the game, and the Switch is solid. I'm getting good battery life out of it. Like, I played it for 2.5 hours straight, went to about 50%, which is pretty good, with brightness fairly high. It runs. I'm not getting any skips, no chugging. The cutscenes in the game itself are gorgeous, and all I can say is, Nintendo, if you really, really, really want me to 100% stop bitching about your system, put Persona 5 on it, because Persona 5 would sell like crazy on the Switch, and I would actually get to play it because I could play it portably. And that's great. And I'm seriously considering get a second dock for my Switch now, because I have an extra controller. I can put a controller upstairs, I can put a controller downstairs, I can just pick up the Switch, go play it in bed, or I could take it and dock it right at my TV and play it on the TV. The Switch is actually, the more I use the Switch, the more I am excited about what the Switch is going to be if Nintendo doesn't fuck it up. I still think everything is too expensive. The console should not be $300. I think the console should be a flat $250. I think that the controllers should be $45 to $50, and I think that the dock should be like, you should just be able to walk to any store and get a dock for like 15 or 20 bucks. There's nothing in the dock that makes it worth $70, and it is asinine.
It's a glorified HDMI cable.
Yeah. It has 3 USB ports on it, which is kind of nice.
I guess, yeah.
It has a power, so it charges, and it has an HDMI, and that's it. And it is not at all worth what Nintendo's asking for it, at all.
No.
So I think that they should fix that. And I know why it's so expensive. Nintendo's trying to make the money up on the accessories, which makes sense. Because they're not selling the Switch at a loss. They marked it at a profit. Because Nintendo does not sell their consoles at a loss. So I don't know. It's great. I know I've yelled, I've griped, I've bitched, I've thrown so many fits and ragged on that system so much, but all it did was take one solid game. And Mario Kart 8, I've been playing more with the wife. The game is great. It runs 60 frames, dual split screen on my TV. It's great. So I really have, the more I use it, the less complaints I have. I still think Zelda is bad. You can hate me for that if you want, internet. The game just did not pull me in. I understand there's a lot of people who really like Zelda. It's dusty. I don't even know where it is anymore, to be perfectly honest. I pulled out Mario Kart out of the Switch, and I was like, I don't even know where Zelda is. So, yeah, Zelda's not, in my opinion, the system seller. If it's your thing, I'm sure it is, but I don't know. I didn't enjoy it. Disgaea is way more of a system seller for me. I'm excited for Splatoon 2, which is coming soon. I really hope that some of my friends are able to get a Switch by the time Splatoon 2 comes out, because that game is spectacular. And yeah, that's about it. New Mario at the end of the year, maybe. And there's a Mario Rabbids game coming out from the Rabbids.
Rabbids?
Really?
Yeah.
It's like Rayman Rabbids?
Yeah, they're doing a Mario Rabbids crossover.
Holy shit. I haven't heard of that in so long.
I know, right? So, yeah, that could be a fun thing, too, but I don't know. So, yeah.
Maybe we'll hear more about Switch stuff at E3.
Hopefully. So, yeah, that's really all I've played. I know I just talked forever. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. We didn't have, the news was shite, so I'm kind of glad that took up all the time.
Yeah, there's a
tried.
few that we'll probably just
I think
skip
the
over.
only thing, in the interest of time, we should talk about is Final Fantasy 14.
You want to touch on that first? I mean, we still have a full hour. I think we can get through all the topics in the hour without any issue.
I think we can.
Because I actually...
Most of them won't take long.
Right, so I'm going to start with Overwatch, because I find this article very interesting, and I kind of want to know you guys' opinion too. I know, Zooted, you hate Overwatch. We get it. Fuck that game. That's cool.
I do.
So Overwatch is back in the news again, not for a new character, not for a new map. not for esports, not for any of the shit that it's usually in the news for. It's in for its loot boxes again. And a lot of the flack that the game got because of the anniversary loot boxes. And Jeff Kaplan, who is the PR game developer guy for Overwatch, whoever the hell he is, he's a big guy for Overwatch. Said that they're...
He's like the guy.
Yeah, he's the guy. And
guy.
He said they're listening to the community about the loot boxes and the issues, and that they don't think that people don't like the fact that they're paying $60 for a game that has so many like microtransaction elements inside of it, and that they continue putting more content in monthly or every other month that requires people to basically fork over cash. Because they're making way more. They're making way more money hand over fist than they are delivering the content, and that is what's, I think, rubbing a lot of people the wrong way. Is just the way that they're doing. They're getting millions of dollars off of this game, and they've gotten what, I think 2 new characters have come out since it came out, and they've gotten 1 new map, maybe 2 new maps.
Yeah,
like
shit.
it's not a lot of content.
What I find stupid about this, it's just like, so the game's been out for like a full year now. Obviously, they just had the 1-year anniversary, and now they're saying, "Oh, we're listening to you." It's like, people have been saying this since the game fucking came out. People didn't like the loot box system. They didn't like paying $40, $60 for a game, then having to just spend shitloads of money because you're gonna do these, holiday events, anniversary events, what have you, where you get, it's the only time you get these special skins. So of course people are going to spend shitloads of money to try to get it, and it's fucking random as hell.
Yep.
I just find it disgusting that it's a year and they're going, "Oh, you didn't like this?" No, motherfucker. Nobody liked this. If you had this system and it was a free-to-play game like Hearthstone, it's just like, if you want extra shit, you can just pay for what you want. I think that would have been fine. I would have had no issues with the loot box system if Overwatch was like, even, I've said before, if it was a $20 game, and then if you want skins and shit, you can spend extra money, whatever, that's fine. The fact that you're going to charge me full price, have like fucking 2 modes, barely any maps, and it's been a year and you're still at this point, like, fuck, dude. Like, For Honor's almost caught up to you, and it's only been out a couple months. And that game's just as shit as you are. Like, it's especially coming from Blizzard, it's like, they're not the fastest at pushing out content, but they generally put a decent amount out. Like, even something like Diablo 3, which is, like, way past its, like, prime, they put out a fucking shit ton of content for that game, with 1 expansion that you've had to pay for. Everything else has been free. Yeah. You look at games like WoW and StarCraft. Like, StarCraft doesn't have a lot of extra stuff, but they've kept up, with the game. WoW has had continuous changes to it. If for some reason this game, which is like their moneymaker, there's like nothing to it. I've said it so many times, I don't understand this fucking game. I don't know why people like it. I don't know why people want it to succeed. I think it's a joke of a game. I think it's Activision Blizzard basically saying fuck you to Blizzard fans and just cash grabbing them for everything they can.
Yep.
Yeah.
So fuck 'em.
Yeah, I don't agree with the model for it at all. The way that they do it, it's from the very second that I heard that they were doing this, like shortly after it launched or something like that, because I didn't look into it that much around the time that it launched, because we were playing a different game at the time. And it was really a toss-up for me between Overwatch and Battleborn. And I was playing Battleborn because that's what my friends were playing. So
funnest week of my life.
That
May
was
2016.
It was a fun game. But it's just such huge bullshit that it's taken them a year to come out and say, "Oh, we see that you're unhappy with it. We see that you've been posting about it for the past week. A week? Like,
dude,
are you high? The game has made, as
Get that
of
out of here.
as of last month, the game has made $1 billion
Holy fuck, dude.
in a year. It made $1 billion in a year. Like,
I think
that blows my mind.
Hearthstone's like one of the only other games that have like managed to do that for
Right.
Blizzard.
But again, that's a game
Yeah.
where you can just play Hearthstone
Yeah.
and you
Right.
just buy extra shit. So I mean, like your investment in that game is however much like your crack senses go off and you have to buy packs. But it didn't say like, hey, if you want the base game of Hearthstone, it's gonna be $60, but you're only gonna get half the cards, so you have to keep paying money to get the rest of the cards. Like that's how I feel
that's the
Overwatch
bullshit.
is.
If Overwatch was free, that would be great.
Yeah. If
But
it had progression, that'd be great.
So
yeah,
that's the thing that I've always hated about Overwatch is Overwatch boasts that it doesn't have a progression system, but Overwatch has a progression system. And that's the one thing that like Total Biscuit I know has talked about it, and it's like the one thing that I've like always disagreed with Total Biscuit's opinion on, and Jim Sterling actually disagreed with him too, because Total Biscuit is always for if you want to monetize cosmetic features, go for it. And Jim Sterling called this out when the game first came out, and I've agreed 100% with Jim Sterling and have my own kind of spin on it. And that is, Overwatch has a progression system where you level up and you unlock loot boxes. Those loot boxes then unlock your progress. They give you different skins, different things.
Yeah.
The progress system within Overwatch is designed in a way that if you really want progress, you have to pay for it. And they did it in such a fucked up way that the coat of paint that is in front of you does not look like that it's tied to the progression system. But the entire game is built around getting skins, getting loot boxes, and that is what they charge you for. That is fucked.
Like, I have no issue with paying for cosmetic stuff.
Right.
But even, like, the two games I play, like For Honor and Justice, you can buy a cosmetic ship, but there's a whole other leveling progression to the game. There's a gear system, there's character progression that has nothing to do with the cosmetic thing. That's Overwatch is a cosmetic game.
Look at Destiny.
Yar.
Destiny is like the best example that I have. Just they have loot boxes in the game. And it's cosmetic stuff. You can get cool armor, you can get dances, you can get ships, but it's not the progression system in the game, really, because it has its own separate progression system. I think that might be the main issue, really.
That's what I've always hated about Overwatch, is that they monetized their progression system without directly ever saying that it's monetized. Yet, everybody plays that game for the skins and the loot boxes. They play the game. They don't play the game to level up their character. They don't play their game to unlock weapon like upgrades or any of that.
What's
shit
the point of leveling up your fucking profile except to get a loot box?
Right.
There's no other benefit to it.
That's all you get. It doesn't. Being level 100 doesn't get you into a different online ranked match because that's based on winning and losing games.
Right.
Literally, the only point of leveling up is to get fuck that game. God
it's
damn
just, it. It's a dirty game. It's a dirty game,
yes.
in my opinion. And while we're on the topic of Blizzard, a really quick thing that we wanted to touch on is a new position popped up for Blizzard. Looks like a mobile game is coming from Blizzard. Historically, they've always expressed interest in the mobile markets. Obviously, Hearthstone does exceptionally well on mobile. And it looks like they might be designing some sort of a Warcraft game, potentially for the mobile environment. So, sure. I mean,
I think it's going to follow. I would say, but I think it's just going to be a give us your money game. I don't think it's going to be a game to have fun with. I think it's going to be another, let's see how much money we can fucking suck out of people.
It'll be a tower
I would be-
defense Warcraft game.
Yeah, I would really be surprised if it was a legitimate, like, because like nobody makes like these like legitimate like mobile games where like you just buy it once and it's like an actual fucking game. Everything is like Magic Card Jump where
That's
you just
not 100% true. There
are ones, but
ones like Mario
compared to the
Mario
rest,
Run.
like if you want to, that's still kind of
It's a buy game. You
like if
pay
you want to
once,
look
you
at
don't
like
have to deal with
the
anything.
mobile market, it's 99%
Garbage.
fucking free to download, and then you pay to speed things up type of shit.
Yeah.
And then there are games that you buy once that you can just play, but it's usually older games that have been out on some other type of platform.
Right.
Yeah, like
would
the
be
Final
not-
Fantasy games,
Blizzard
RPGs
could,
and
like,
stuff.
Make something specifically for mobile and use this device as a console, make something unique to it. That'd be cool. But I doubt they're going to do that. They're just going to make something else where they can just make money.
Be a Clash
And just-
Royale clone of some sort with Warcraft characters.
Yeah, I would not be surprised. So be prepared
Yep.
for us to bitch about that.
I won't download it.
TBA.
Actually, I might play it just so that I have something to talk about. So then, moving on to another quick topic that I feel like we should touch on pretty quickly. And that is the most important and best news topic of the week. Magikarp Jump. You can get Gyarados. Yep. That's the thing you can do.
It happened to me today.
I did it today too. As soon as you said,
and it was complete by accident. Like I was just trying to get food, and like all of a sudden it's like your Everstone broke. I'm like, oh shit. Then he leveled
pregnant.
up, turned into a Gyarados, and then it's just like, yep, that fucking thing can't jump. So get another one.
Yeah. So basically, in Magikarp Jump, it's another one of the things where the game has reversed the way that it typically works within the Pokemon world, where nobody would keep a Magikarp. They would always just go for the Gyarados. Gyarados is an acclaimed, very powerful Pokemon that makes dealing with the Magikarp worth it. In Pokemon Jump, if you want to get a Magikarp Gyarados, the way you do it is you just poke the living shit out of your Magikarp, and at level 20, or if you're past level 20, the next level you hit, he will evolve into a Gyarados. And when he becomes a Gyarados, he instantly retires, and the old man, your professor in the game, basically looks at you and goes, yep, that's a useful Pokemon. You can't use him in the jump competition. And you then have to retire your Gyarados, which is probably why in Season 1 of Pokemon, that Gyarados is so pissed off. He's like, I just wanted to jump with the Magikarps, and now here I am, and I'm going to take it out on you guys. Yeah, I like the Pokemon anime, just saying. So, yeah, it's really the most news article we have.
Yeah, it's like the most
Just
non-news
like
for the most
non-game
non-game.
game.
Yeah, exactly. It fits very much.
Yep.
But it's fun. I got a Gyarados. It was great, and now I can get pink Magikarps too, which is something that is amazing. There's nothing quite like a pink Magikarp. So, yeah, that means I've played it too much because I get different rods now. I've played it that much.
Shit.
I think I'm ranked 24. I'm almost 25.
Damn.
Yeah, if you play Magikarp Jump and you want to leave a comment down in the comment section below, let us know how high can your Magikarp jump and what rank are you. I'd love to know your highest jump that you've gotten with a Magikarp. That'd be fantastic. I think mine is 56 meters in the air. So yeah, leave it down in the comment section below and let us know how you're enjoying Magikarp Jump, and let us know if you've played any of the games that we've discussed previously, and if you've made it this far into the video, the code word for this point of the video is fuck Overwatch. So if you've made it this far, leave it down in the comment section below, and I would love it if you tweeted at me fuck Overwatch.
Hashtag fuck
You gotta have the
Overwatch.
hashtag in
Hashtag
there. Come
fuck
on.
Overwatch. Tweet it to me. I will retweet it. We will all retweet it. It will be the greatest thing in the
Oh, yeah.
world until Blizzard sues us and takes our channels down. Because
It's all right.
they're a spiteful company when they don't get their own way.
They
That
are
is
now.
fucking
What?
true.
They're not Nintendo. Come on.
I would almost say Blizzard is worse than Nintendo at this point. They are fucking brutal.
At least with Blizzard, at least with them, they have like open all of their games. They just have it out in the open. Play them, monetize them,
That's true.
do whatever the fuck you want.
that
That's
we know
one good
of.
thing I'll say about
Because
Blizzard.
they made $1 billion off the biggest piece of shit game. So
Yeah.
go ahead, make it fucking 10 cents. I don't care.
So, yeah. Magikarp Jump. Let us know if you're enjoying it, if you've given it a shot, or if you've played it for a couple hours and you're like, fuck this game, it's not a game. Let us know. We'd love to know your thoughts and opinions. And remember, hashtag fuck Overwatch.
Yep.
Next topic I would love to talk about before we get into, I think, the juice of it is Final Fantasy VII Remake. The
Don't
game.
do it. Just stop.
Yeah, the
Fucking
game. It's never
just
going to come out. We don't
Leave
expect
the
it.
goddamn thing alone. I don't want you to change the game so much. You know, if you're gonna remake it, update the graphics, but I want the fucking same battle system. I want materia. I don't want you.
So the
fucking
battle
with that
system
game.
is already gone.
I wanted all the stuff. Yeah, I was sad about that at first, all right? But when I played Final Fantasy 15, one thing that I'll say, the battle system at first seemed super fucking ridiculously simple. And as I progressed, it got a little bit better. And if
I
it's
I
similar
like
to
that battle system, but it's not Final Fantasy fucking 7.
Right.
I know.
Fucking
I know.
Leave it alone.
Don't call it
Make
a
a new game.
remake. Don't call it a remake if
Call
you're
it Final
not going
Fantasy
to.
7 2, like you did with fucking 10. Like, I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
I'd like to see
Anything.
a sequel. What the fuck's stopping you? You're putting all this effort into this shit where you could just make a new game.
Yeah, make Advent Children the fucking game. I would love Advent Children the game. It would be
Why
fantastic.
is this not a thing?
Like,
Yeah, I mean, they have to be super careful because if they fuck this up, which they kind of already have by
yeah,
changing
they've already
the whole
burned
combat
it.
system, but if they fuck the story up, oh man, they will never live that down. They will have so many pissed off fans.
Yeah, but it's not going to matter because by the time it comes out, all their fans are going to be dead.
That's
Yep.
true. Or
mean-
we'll be old and not even remember what Final Fantasy VII was.
I mean, I was 7 years old when the game came out, and I'm now sitting here, age 26, going, yeah, I'd like to play that. I mean, the only game that makes me more upset at Square Enix about the way they're handling their titles is Kingdom Hearts 3, the other game that's never going to come out, because I've been waiting for that game to come out for 14 years.
God, has it been that long? It
I-
has, hasn't it? Holy shit.
2002.
I still have not played a Kingdom Hearts game.
They're great.
For
They are
more than a
good.
couple hours.
But they've come out with 20 fucking spin-off games.
Yeah, but I don't care. I want to know why Mickey is picking up the sword and there's a billion fucking
I don't
blades in the
like
desert. I
Those
want
games
to know
because
what
there's
that scene
fractions
means.
in the title. Fuck that.
Like,
It's true, there are. It's like 358.
Bitch, don't make me do math.
7
Just
days.
fucking
What?
make a game.
Birth by Sleep. They have the worst names.
That's kind of a cool name. Come on now. Birth by Sleep.
It's
Ask
a
by
crime. That's a crime, Dave. It is a crime if she is asleep. It is a crime.
Kingdom Hearts, Orange by Banana, avocado version.
Yeah. So yeah. So what this is other than us just ranting about how we hate everything about it, is Square Enix announced that they are no longer going to outsource the development of Final Fantasy VII Remake. They're going to keep it in-house so that they can direct and basically make sure that it is being done.
So here's
picture
my
them,
question.
I picture them sending this off to the studio, right? Like a year or two ago. And like they're working on it. Then like the big wigs are like, all right, we got to go see their progress. And they go to the studio and they're like, what do you think?
We have a
And it's
cutscene
just
that's 30
the
seconds
most
long.
awful piece of shit. And they're just like, no, taking it all back. Like, pack up your shit. This is done.
I mean, honestly, I don't understand why they would outsource it in the first place for something that's going
Yeah,
to
I
be
don't
so
get
fucking
that.
important for them to not screw up.
It sounds
Why
like
would you
this
not just
other
keep that?
game company that had a really amazing game series, so they outsourced it to their shitty,
What were they even
uh,
called? Where is it? Cyber Connect
inexperienced
2. What
developer
the?
studio in Montreal, and it
They're
turned out to
responsible
be
for
a
the
horrific piece of shit.
yeah. They're
Who
responsible
else
for
did
the
something like
Naruto
that?
series.
I don't know.
I had never even heard of them, but yeah, that sounds really stupid.
Yeah.
The sad thing is, I'm still kind of like way in the back of my mind, kind of a little bit hyped for this game,
Nope, not at all.
just
I've given
because
up.
of the nostalgia.
That's
Honestly,
nostalgia just
It
stroking your
is.
cock.
it is. Every once in a while, it comes to the front, and I'm like, oh, that's gonna come out.
I
Hey,
lost.
remember this fun?
after I'm dead.
I lost all excitement for Final Fantasy VII when they said that it was going to be episodic, and that
Yeah.
they announced it for
Fuck.
PS4,
Yeah.
and PS4's life cycle is almost over. Like, we've already got a upgraded version of it. Like, what are they planning on doing at this point? I mean, I don't understand it.
Well, they've
I don't know.
done
Maybe
that,
we'll
like,
see more stuff
twice
about it
now.
at E3.
Like, what was it? Final Fantasy 13, I think, was originally being developed for PlayStation 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that took so fucking long. They're like, well, we have to basically start over again, so we have it for PlayStation 3. And then
I mean-
fucking Final Fantasy 15 was the same shit, where it really
Yeah.
started on PlayStation 3, and it's like, well, this ain't done, and this new system's coming out, so let's fucking start all over. Like, if
Well,
you look at Final Fantasy 15, just like where that started, what it looked like on the PlayStation 3, where it ended up, like two completely different games. It's mind-boggling that it went
they were
through
even
so much shit.
they're even called different games because originally Final Fantasy 15
Yeah.
was titled Final Fantasy 13 Versus, and
That's right.
it just it just never came out. And then they're like, yeah, we retooled it, we rebuilt the story, and now it's not in the Final Fantasy 13 universe, it's its own game. And meanwhile, they released 13-2, Lightning Returns, which didn't even get a 13 entry. It's just called Lightning Returns. And then they had Final Fantasy 14 come out. Like, they pushed out an entire new MMO and an expansion for an MMO after rebuilding the original MMO in the time that it
Yes,
took
let's
them
not
to
forget
release
that.
Final Fantasy 13. Like, it's...
That's one of the few games I've ever seen where they release an MMO and it's so bad they go, sorry, we'll just take that back. All right. So
Yeah.
we'll just
They
And at
refix
first they were
that.
like, "Sorry, it's free for you to play now. We'll fix it."
Yeah.
they
And
legitimately...
they really
Like,
They did fix
what
it.
you don't want to do one quest a day so you can't get XP? Like that's a problem to you? Yes,
mean-
motherfucker. I want to play this game.
They did a fantastic thing because what they did was they legitimately said, we fucked up, we're starting over, and they blew up their own game within the story arc. Like, it was a brilliant way to do it. They literally blew up their own game and made it a thing. It was like what Cataclysm
Yeah.
tried to do
Right.
with an Impact for World of Warcraft, but legit. They said,
No, it's different.
we're blowing up everything.
Don't try to throw WoW into your bullshit.
what was there? There was a
It's
comparison.
It's a very similar situation.
Do you understand what happened in Cataclysm?
No, I have no idea. All I know
Do you know who Deathwing is in the WoW
yes,
universe?
I do know who Deathwing is.
Okay.
He's a big black dragon, and he's angry.
Right. There's a lot to it. It's not destroying the world. Well, he wants to destroy the world, but there's a whole story behind that. It's nothing. the
Bahamut
same.
is a big black dragon who wanted to destroy the
And
world.
he did destroy
He
the world.
succeeded because he's better than Deathwing.
It took him like
I would
5
agree with
minutes.
that. 100%.
Took him 5 fucking minutes. He's free. He's like, well, fuck you guys. Boom.
Boom. But no, I don't know enough about the WoW universe to truly know what Deathwing's end plan was. I remember raiding on Deathwing. That was a thing I did. Wasn't very
It was a
fun.
bad raid.
It was an awful raid.
Really bad raid.
So, but yeah, so moving off of Final Fantasy and diving into Final Fantasy 14, our topic I think that we really have something to say on. Final Fantasy 14 is having its second, technically, I guess it would be third expansion if you would count A Realm Reborn as
Technically.
the second expansion.
4.0. 4.0 comes out.
4.0 is coming out, and basically, this is what, 4 years? Yeah, 4 years into the life cycle of the game. And
Yep.
Wow.
Square Enix, one of the big complaints to Square Enix and to Final Fantasy was when the last expansion came out, people had to play through 25 hours of content. They had to do all of the story. Fuck, why would you buy a game to actually...
More than that.
Why would you fucking buy a game to play it? So people were
Right.
upset that they had to buy the game and play the game in order to get to the new content. And Square Enix did not open it up. They held it strong and they said, no, play the shit, have fun, and then you can play the expansion. They held their ground. This time around, they are saying, no, we're going to open it up and we're going to allow players to purchase a boost for $25, and that will take you to 60 for one character. And we are also going to allow you to purchase a story skip for an additional $18 to $25, depending on how much of that story you would like to skip, which makes the total 1 to 60 cost, if you want to play with your friends on release day without doing any of the old content, $50.
It's not bad.
No, it's not.
It's not. How much is a character boost in WoW?
I'm checking it out right now.
I think it's 25.
Okay, cool. I think it might be like 30
Yeah, I
ish.
think
I'm
it's
pretty
more
sure
than
it's
that.
25. But the difference between WoW and Final Fantasy is when you buy the new expansion to World of Warcraft, you are given a free level cap character. You're given that with the expansion. They're not including that with the expansion.
They just started doing that. They
Yeah.
get
it's
you up to
pretty
the
new.
cap where you can start the story.
Correct.
Like, so, like this last one, 100 was the previous cap. 110 is the new one. So, like if you just picked up the game, you could boost a character up to 100. They'll give you enough items to start the content right away.
Right.
And so a character boost now in WoW is $60.
$60.
$60 in WoW.
Yeah. And I think
And that's just for a
I think
character
that's still
boost.
only to 100. So you still
Right.
have to do like the latest expansion content. You will still
So
have to.
it's exactly like this. It's to 60, and the level cap's going to be 70. So you
Mhm.
still have 10 levels to go up.
Right.
The thing about this, honestly, is I can kind of understand if maybe, but I don't know why you would want to skip the story in this game. That's the main thing. It's the most story-driven MMO that exists
so
currently.
I like this for. I'm the type of person like if I do it once, like especially like before, if I just had oodles of free time, I'd probably just level up characters. But now, like if I do it once and I want to level up and all, but it's different for a while because Final Fantasy, correct me if I'm wrong, like you basically have one character who can do
Yeah,
like
you have
all the
all your
jobs.
classes.
Correct.
People do still have alts.
So WoW, you have different characters because you can't have you have a paladin, warrior, whatever. So if you level up and it's like, well, I want to get my paladin up, but I don't have the time or don't want to spend the time, I'll just boost them up to this point so I can hop into the new content right away and start. Like I don't have any issue with that because
I can understand it.
you can't go past the newest shit. It's just catching you up, and I think that's also good for the community. So you get more people playing the most current stuff. So you don't like if you have a friend who's like say if you wanted me to hop on, I haven't played since the game, like the vanilla game. Like I probably don't want to waste my time going through all this extra shit. Like if I have the money and I want to play with you guys, it's just like I'll just spend the money so I can catch up to where you are, so we can start playing the newest content together. Like I have no issue with this.
Yeah,
at all.
I mean, it's a really good idea. I really like the story in it, and it's something that I, at times, have skipped parts of the story because it's just like I don't want to watch the story right now. I want to play the game. But the nice thing is you can go back and look at the story later on. So, I mean, I'm sure this has the same option. Once you buy past all that story, you can go to the inn or wherever it is, and you can watch the story that you skipped, so you kind of know what's going on. I would assume they do it that way. The job boost, I can see a lot of people taking advantage of that just to boost their crafters or anything like that, because it doesn't specify here if it's only for battle classes, so I'm assuming you can boost crafters as well.
I'd be surprised.
It is only it's a count bound. You can only use one currently,
One period ever until patch 4.1.
which they might, and I don't see it anywhere in here confirmed that they're going to open it up for all characters. So it just says
Right.
until then they are not confirming or denying.
Like, yeah. So I know, like in WoW, so like if you boost a character from 1 to 100, your skills don't get adjusted. But if you boost from like 60 plus, whatever the skills, the crafting skills you have, will go up to not the cap, but like the new beginning for the cap. So like if it was like if the old cap was 500, the new one's 575. If you leveled like so, if you actually played the character enough to kind of get up to 60, and you just boost the rest away, it does save you that extra time of getting to the point where now you can start crafting the newest stuff again. So it's
All right.
it's a nice balance to give you incentive to actually play the character a good amount, spend some time with it.
Yeah.
And then like
And-
if you really want to do it, then you're gonna otherwise you're gonna boost to 100, then have to go back and do the super fucking tedious task of leveling from the first level all the way up.
And I really, in Final Fantasy, I mean, it's $25 for a job to boost up to 60, and that's honestly really not bad, because if you take a job from 1 to 60, it's probably going to take you a good 15 to 20 hours, maybe less if you grind super hardcore, but it takes a good amount of time. And so paying $25, even if it's only 10 hours that it takes, you're paying $2.50 an hour basically for your time.
It's really not bad.
Right.
It's not. I try to
think
look at it in terms
Again,
of that.
it's a good option for people who are, again, I think limited on time and want to play this game. I think when MMOs get to this point, like it took them a while to realize that once the gap is so big between current players and new players, that like if you have a new player hop on, it takes them so long to catch up that they can't just have fun. I think having this option only helps the game as long as they regulate enough so people can't abuse it to get to the current max level or what have you. Just like, well, I'm just going to spend this money so I can get into, so I can max out like cooking this day one, and then I can start crafting shit that nobody else can, and fuck up the economy that way. As long as it's regulated to that point where it doesn't really give you an advantage, just saves you time, then I think that's fine.
Well, the other thing that I'm kind of worried about as far as that goes is people that are coming into the game that are brand new to it that will just boost a class up to 60 and then hop into dungeons.
That's my concern, because
like you've never played a tank in this game before.
See,
and tanking in this game's a little bit different.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not only-
like originally, like WoW kind of like
Just
didn't do that
mechanics,
originally.
basically.
You could boost it, but now, like if you want to boost character, that you have to go through this tutorial where it basically runs you through like, this is how a rogue fights. Like these are your skills, so like you get kind of a feel for it before you boost it.
right.
I hope they have something like that. So if you're just like, if I hop in like, hey, I want to be a fucking black mage, but I've never played the game before, I don't know. Because I mean, I'm at that point, I'm assuming you have a shitload of abilities that you're gonna have to know how to use.
And they do. Final Fantasy has something like that. I can't remember what it's called, but you can go in and learn whatever class you want. So I think that honestly, for this, it should be something for a new player that is mandatory.
Wired, yeah.
Yeah, but
You have to do this.
it's not going to matter, because the one thing that I remember from Final Fantasy that is not comparable to World of Warcraft is Square Enix has held their ground on their difficulty. They do not make their content easier. They do not cater to the people. They've added, like, they did add a lower level raid so that people could do it, but you don't get the same gear. You don't get that same sense of progression. Like, the game is punishing, and it does not pull punches. It is a very hard MMO, and there is a giant skill curve from when you hit level 50 to you hit level 60. The amount of skill that is required in any new player coming into this game is going to get crushed no matter what tutorial you run them through. It doesn't matter, because the first level
True,
1
but
through,
at least they'll have an idea of
right,
what they're
but
doing. If
you
they
have
go
an
through
idea, because level 1 through 50, you have to, every 5 levels, you have a quest for your class that teaches you how to play it. Nowhere in this level
Yeah.
boost does it say they're giving you your class skills. They're going to still make you do that because they're Final Fantasy. So you're still going to
That's
get
true,
that
yeah.
tutorial through the entire game. And even with that tutorial, people still sucked. Like, and that's with getting the tutorial, playing every dungeon, playing Titan. Titan, holy shit. You give a new player a max level and say, hi, go do Titan Extreme. You're never going to get through that fight. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. And Titan Extreme is not even the hardest fight in the game anymore. Like,
Oh no, there's a lot harder.
and I feel like somebody who boosts in a game like this, yes, they're going to save time and they're going to get to do that. But if you're playing Final Fantasy and you're playing it just to play the game, you're not playing Final Fantasy for the legit reason. You play a Final Fantasy game for the story.
That's their choice. I mean, I think the Final Fantasy player base is not really gonna. I can't really picture them doing it because that is always been a thing. If you're interested in Final Fantasy, you like the world, you like the story. So I don't see this as so much as like a selling point. I think it's just an option they threw in there for probably a smaller
portion.
Of the
I think it's
community that
aimed at
wants this
returning
option.
players, honestly.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
really,
feel like.
I have a really hard time picturing somebody who's saying like, "Hey, I really like Final Fantasy. I'm just going to skip all the story." Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I
And
don't
think it's,
see a lot of people doing that. There are people going to be doing that, and you can't control that. But I don't.
yeah.
I think this sounds more like something they just. It's just an option they want to throw in there for people to.
I can
use
see
if
it
they
right
want.
now. Looking for group, no boosted characters allowed. Like, Final Fantasy is the community it's a great community and I had a blast playing the game, but when you're trying to get a group together, it is one of the most selective communities out there. It is you have to meet a specific set of requirements to do the most basic content. If you want to fight Garuda, you have to have certain eye level, you have to have completed certain content, and players will look you up and find out if you've beaten that content. Like, the game is structured around a community driven function where everybody's on the same page that yes, we're going to do everything a certain way. And I feel like when you open up the floodgates and you just let a bunch of brand new almost like level 60 characters into those floodgates, they're not getting introduced to the Final Fantasy community in the proper way. And I think it's going to lead to toxicity because you're going to have a community that has formed over the past 4 years who is structured in a way that they do things, and you're going to release a bunch of people into it that don't understand that. And
Yeah.
I think for Final Fantasy, in my experience with the game, and I played it almost nonstop for 2 years, like nonstop for 2 years.
I mean, can you call cooking playing?
Yes.
No.
I leveled everything, so I don't even want to hear that.
No, it's true.
And
You have a lot of classes at max.
at 50, I did not get them all up to 60. I quit playing. I want that disclosure out there. I only have a couple at 60. But
Yeah.
the vanilla version of the game, I went really hard on that game, and I really loved that game. And it is a community that works very well together, but it's also a very tight-knit community. And whatever server you pick and you start doing content immediately, you get known very quick on that server. And if you're a bad, you get chased off. We played with somebody, his name was Jack. He fucked over a lot of people on the server. He pissed off a lot of people.
He had to leave the server.
He had to leave the server because people
And
weren't
change his
dealing with him
name.
anymore. He had to change his
Jackass.
name, jump server, and multiple people had to do that. People came to our server and said, yeah, I had some rough times on this other server. I had to leave. And it's like, when I watched Mr. Happy, it was always a thing that got brought up on his videos. Like, it is a community thing where the community is very tight-knit and everybody knows each other on their servers. It's not like World of Warcraft where people just slot in and out non-stop because it's such a giant game.
Well, that's because they do cross servers, and that.
Right.
So it's not servers aren't individual. You can be on
Well,
a server, but you can connect with.
Right, and
Like
you
when
can
you're walking around, I can see somebody from who's a completely different server.
right.
When you do looking for group, it's just going to pull from
Right. And
the
Final Fantasy
fucking
does that
pool.
now. Like you can when you do
Yeah, you have
dungeon runs and
cross-server
stuff.
party finder and stuff.
Right, but it's you're still
It
in a
used to be
clique.
back, I'd say up until probably Cataclysm is when it stopped. But it used to be, especially the vanilla WoW, like there were people who like raid and then steal all the shit, and then fucking take off. People would get a name, especially PvP, because it would be all on that server. So like
Right.
you'd constantly see
Yeah.
the same people over and over again. That's I miss that aspect of community.
And that's
I mean,
something that Final
I think
Fantasy
game
still
like
has.
WoW, it's like gone. Like there's no way to get back. The only way you have community is within like finding a guild type of stuff, like
Yeah,
making your own small community, but like it's not in the game really anymore.
Final Fantasy, they have free companies, they have link shells, there's a lot of community aspects to it, and that's honestly, for a long time, that's the only reason I would log in and play the game, is just so that I could hop on, chat with the people in the free company, hang out with them in like Discord or something for a while. So that's still a pretty huge aspect of that game.
That's why I quit playing.
The people.
I hated always feeling like I had to talk to people. I'm like, when I play video games, I'm like the most introverted fucking person in the world. I just want to sit down and I want to play my game. And it's one thing to sit here and play a
You just
game
wanna-
and record it and talk to a camera, but I hate being forced to play and do content that I don't want to do, or talk to people when I just want to do something else. Pheno, why are you cooking? Pheno, why are you cooking? Come do this with us. Come do this. Why aren't you in Mumble? Come talk. Come to Vent. Why do you not like us? Like, shut the fuck up and just let me play my fucking game. I just worked for 12 hours. I've been up since 1 a.m. Fucking let me play my game. And like that sense of the game ruined it for me. I hated logging in because people would see me. It was to the point I would lie and say, yeah, I'm macroing. I'm not actually at my computer. Like, I hated it, and it sucked. And that's why I quit. That's one of the reasons why I'll never go back to an MMO. Like, it's just one of the biggest reasons is the community is great. The interactions are great, but you can't just turn them off. And that sucks. And
You can turn your chat off.
Sons of bitches.
yeah, but when you're fucking co-leader of an FC or leader of an FC, at like you have requirements. Like even if you're a high-ranking
I
person,
know.
like
Well, don't be a leader.
That's why when I go back, like the free company that we made is still there. It still exists. It's still got active members. I don't want anything to do with the leadership of it. I just want to play the fucking game.
yeah,
That's it. I don't want any of the other bullshit.
right.
I don't have
but
time for it.
my big thing with Final Fantasy is it makes you play with other people to get through the game, which is great. I
Any
loved it
MMO.
for a while, but it is an MMO, but it is an MMO that also very heavily sells itself on a single-player style game, and
I think the story is very single player, but
yes.
everything else is MMO based.
But even like
Yeah.
once you hit like I think it's level 32, all of your story content is driven. You have to do partied content, like all of it. And like even way back when the game first came out, being forced at level 32 to sit there and bash my head against Titan and deal with people who did not know what the fuck they were doing is infuriating. And just like it's one of those things, I don't know if I've outgrown it. I don't know if it's the Call of Duty syndrome where I just don't want to deal with it anymore, but I just want to sit down. I want to play Dead Cells for 30 minutes and turn it off. And that feels good to me. And I want to go back, like just looking here, I want to play this game so badly. It looks so great. And I want nothing more than to come in and play it. And
yeah.
I can't-
Don't watch
MMOs
any of the Red Mage videos. Don't watch them.
I can't do
MMOs
it.
really have that, like, if you're into an MMO, it has to be like the only game you play. Like like that's what I hate about, or I didn't hate, but that's what really turned me off from WoW this last time was like I just log in and there's just so much shit to do. Like you'd have to like
Destiny.
yeah. Well, I mean Destiny's different. Destiny I don't have to do my bounties. I don't have to do any shit. I can hop and do as little as I want and still have because the whole. I just need to shoot shit. That's it.
Right.
WoW, you have to go gather stuff. You have to craft things. You have to do these certain quests so you can get to these quests. You have to do these dungeons. You have to deal with these fucking idiots, and you have to go find a guild and be nice to them, or else they're gonna not invite you on the raid. And it's just there's so much management, and it just takes time. Like everything in those games takes so much fucking time that I remember playing an MMO so much, and then like WoW was all I played for like a good couple year stretch, and then I picked up like a single player game again for the first time, and I was like, I can't believe I'm progressing through the story so quick. Like it distorts your concept of how long it should take to do things. Like
Right.
in an MMO world, 40 hours to do a simple thing is not a big deal, whereas in every other aspect, that's like one or multiple games fucking completed.
Right. And it was
Like
actually
I just can't do that shit ever again.
right. And there's always that game that like it's what triggers you to like get kicked out of the MMO gig. And like mine was I was moving, I was getting a new house, and like after I moved, Final Fantasy was just never the same. And I had bought a new game that I was playing. I can't remember what it was. And I started playing that, and it just like pulled me completely out of it. Like I moved, I had to pack up. I was offline for like a week. It was like a very busy part of my life, and this and that. We moved in. We still played it for a good chunk because I actually played the new expansion in this house. But after that, and I really, really want to say it was Battleborn. I really think it was Battleborn that kicked me out of Final Fantasy.
Was it?
I think it was. I think it's been almost a year since I've played it, and I'm pretty sure it was Battleborn that kicked me out of it. Because the last expansion came out in 2015. I remember playing the shit out of it, and then I just stopped. Battleborn's been almost a year. I'm pretty sure it was Battleborn.
It might be.
I can't
Sure,
think
it
of
wasn't
the...
Plants vs Zombies.
It might have been Plants vs. Zombies, actually. Because I played
You
that...
played
I
that
don't
first.
think it was.
I played that
honestly.
religiously with my wife for a while.
No, it wasn't either of those.
That was a fun game.
It was.
Because it was September of
They make another
2015
one.
when you guys stopped playing, and those games weren't out at that point, I don't think.
You know what came out September 2015?
What?
Wasn't it Taken King?
Was it? Now I have to get to the bottom of this.
It's Taken King, because 2016 was Rise of Iron. Destiny took me out of Final Fantasy. Guarantee it.
God, I really feel like it was something else, but I don't know what it could be.
It's Taken King, isn't it? What's the release date for Taken King?
September 15th, 2015.
Was it? It might have been.
It was Destiny. Because I remember I got really excited for Destiny, Taken King, because they finally started to fix the shit. And you actually got me to buy it and convinced me to come back to it. So it's your fault that I don't play Final Fantasy.
No.
Yeah.
I Am Setsuna.
Was it I Am Setsuna?
It was I Am Setsuna. I'm almost positive. I don't know if it was released then, but I remember it was a single-player game, and you were saying, oh, I'm having so much fun playing this single-player game, and it was an RPG, I think.
It might have been I Am Setsuna.
No, because Assistant was in 2016.
Was it? Damn it.
I'm not seeing anything.
I'm telling you, it was Destiny.
I remember you playing a single-player game. That's the thing.
I
But I
do
don't
too.
know what the hell it was.
It was it was Nino Kunai
Yeah, that's
for the
it. Ni no
PS3.
Kunai.
I picked up
Holy
Nino
shit.
Kunai for the PS3, and
Yeah, you dusted off your PS3.
I
yeah.
played that because I remember sitting inside of Final Fantasy chat on Vent and going,
This game?
"Yep, that's the one."
Are you guys excited for Ni no Kunai 2?
I need to finish the first one.
I never finished the first one.
Yeah,
I never
need
played
to-
it because I didn't have a PS3.
It was
I
fantastic.
remember yeah, it's one of those games where I was like looking at him like, this just looks gay. And then you start playing, you're just
I
like,
thought the same thing.
this is a good game.
Yeah, it's
Holy
spectacular.
shit, this story is like really starting to get to me.
They have one of their new games.
It's
is,
one of the few games that like my wife wouldn't mind watching it because it was interesting
mhm.
and it does have a decent story, and she doesn't really like anime.
Well, their newest game, because it's Studio Ghibli and Level 5, right? I think it's Level 5.
I think. Yeah.
They're the Level 5's the same developer that did Yokai Watch, the Pokemon clone for the 3DS. And I haven't played it, but I have heard fantastic things about that game.
I have two actually.
Okay.
And they already have a Yokai 2, and
It's hard to beat fucking Mimikyu, man.
it really is.
Good luck.
But there is a
You know what
ghosty
else?
guy. There is a ghosty guy.
You know what else they
inside,
made?
So
They're all
The
ghosts,
game-
technically.
yeah.
The game that they made that I will love them forever for is Rogue Galaxy.
Rogue Galaxy is phenomenal. That game is one of my favorite games of all time. That wasn't Studio Ghibli though. That was just Level 5.
No, but level 5.
Rogue Galaxy is fantastic. Level 5 was also behind the Dark Cloud series.
Those are good.
Maybe I'll do a Rogue Galaxy series on my channel.
Game's fantastic. They've done a lot of really good
Dude.
games. They have a couple others that were really good too, but I can't think of what they are. Studio Ghibli is fantastic as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, back on point. Final Fantasy. Yeah, it's $50
Yo.
if you want a max level character. I will not be going back because Destiny once again is coming out this year, and I'm just not going to spend $40 to buy a game and stop playing it for 2 months later. So,
I'm going back. I'll put content up on it.
Destiny.
I think that
I'll put content.
I said it on camera. Now I have to do it.
Yeah.
Just like I said that I would beat, Persona 5.
You had to look to see what the game was called. I saw that. You just fucking looked to see what the game
Holy
was
shit.
called.
Persona 5. What are you doing down there? There we go. There. Persona 5's all dusted off. But I think that the boost potion, honestly, the best thing about that would be if you're at end game, you're raiding, you're on a tank, and somebody wants, you want to play a different tank or something. You already know how to play the class. It'd be great to just be able to pay $25.
Yeah.
So, I think it's good, honestly, more good than bad.
I don't see a problem with it. So, I mean, if you want to spend your money to do it, that's fine. Just know when you start doing content and you die, the other 7 people or 5 people in your party, it's 8, right? Is it 8 for Final Fantasy or is it 6? It's 8, right? I think it's 8.
It's 8 for raids, yeah.
The other 7 people in your party are going to go, hey, did you boost? And if you say yes,
So no, all you have to
they're going to
do-
kick you.
All you have to do, listen, if you boost, just boost Dragoon, and nobody will fucking know the difference.
Yeah, nobody will be able to tell. Just jump off the platform a couple times and you're A-okay. So, yeah, that's cool. Final Fantasy. Dave will let you know how it is when it comes out.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Early access.
So, yeah, let's dive into, we're hitting that 2-hour mark, so I feel like that's a good spot to wrap up.
Yeah.
So, Zoodude, what's coming up on your channel this week? And where can people find you? Oh, no, we got to do Game of the Week. We got to do Game of the Week first. I'm messing up my own roster. Dave, you didn't play anything, so no. Zoodude, what's your Game of the Week?
Injustice 2.
Okay, I think you've used that, but we'll let it slide.
I don't give a shit.
Okay. I tried using the same game 2 weeks in a row, and you guys ripped me apart, so,
Yeah, well, you're not me.
okay, good to know. I'm going to pick Disgaea 5. Definitely not Prey. Fuck that game. Disgaea 5's fantastic. So yeah. And yeah, now we'll move in. Zoodude, what's coming up on your channel and where can people find you?
You can find me on YouTube, of course. There'll be a link down below. So what's coming up? So more Justice stuff. I'm going to be doing a series of me doing the ranked modes. Or there's only one. The ranked mode. Going to be kind of swapping between some characters initially till I find one or two that I really kind of click with. And the format I am going to be doing going forward is doing a few matches and then going back over those matches and doing kind of a recap of good plays, bad plays, things to kind of look out for to kind of progress. I really found when I did kind of same thing for Honor, like going back and watching my match, you learn a lot because like kind of when you're in like the heat of it, there's so much, especially when you're new, you're trying to just do your combos, figure shit out, learn what this character's doing. You don't really have that time to kind of step back and look at what you're doing. The great thing about Injustice 2 is that even if you don't have a capture system, all your matches, I don't know if all of them, but they're saved, so you can go back and watch the replay. So that's going to be kind of the series I'm going to have going forward with that. Probably one or two Destiny stuff. I got a really nice gun that I want to do a video on. That I'm very
What's it
excited.
called?
It's called the PDX 45.
Oh, I wanted
And
you to
it
say
is-
Jade Rabbit.
It's pretty good too, but that's nothing. It's not too special. I mean, most people have it.
Fuck you!
Unless you play on Xbox.
Yeah, fuck those people. So yeah, I think that's it. I might put up the For Honor video of me
You say that
talking
every
about the
week.
Centaurian. I know, but it's just like it's like
Look who's talking.
it's-
Go beat Persona.
right. I feel like For Honor's become like when you go to a gas station, there's that one lonely burnt to shit hot dog in the thing, and it's just twirling there, and you're just like, that's just sad.
And they won't even
At
give
one
it to
point,
for
you were
free.
delicious, and everybody would have wanted to eat you, but now you're a burnt husk of your former self.
Not even gonna say it.
That's like a box
Penis?
quote. That's a like a full-on box quote right there. For Honor, it's an old soggy hot dog.
Yeah. That's it. That's what's coming. Next character on Justice 2 I'm going to be playing as is Atrocitus.
That's a hell of a name.
Yeah. He's the
Nice.
Red Lantern.
Nice. Dave, what's coming up on your channel and where can people find you?
Well, what is coming up on my channel? That's a good question.
Jade
Is
Rabbit
anything coming
video
up on
with
my
me?
channel? I don't know. Can I upload anything next week? I don't know.
Is it your channel or is it the internet?
You know-
Have you tried in other places?
I've tried in 2 different places, work and home, and the funny thing is,
Cough.
it uploads. That's the thing. It uploads, and then it goes to
Is it a
99%
process?
processed. And I've uploaded them one at a time. I've uploaded
Have
them
you
multiple ones.
tried different rendering formats? Like
That's what I suggested.
I tried different ways to render it within the software that I use, but the next thing I'm going to try is using the same software that you guys do and just trying Adobe and seeing if
I
that
think you
works.
can- I think you can do a trial period.
Yeah, I think you can.
I
maybe.
couldn't find
You just
one.
pay for one, or you
No.
can do 1 month and just if it's not for you, just say peace.
So I'm probably going to try that and see if that's my issue. I don't know why it would be all of a sudden, but Google has not been helpful in any way whatsoever. Not even a
Shocker.
little bit. They're worse than some IT people that I know.
Initials are B and R.
But if I can get stuff up, then I'm going to put up more Persona videos because I have a shit ton just sitting there waiting to go up. The Surge, going to play more stuff.
The Surge.
What else am I going to play? I'm going to put up Destiny videos. I've got a couple recorded. I want to do some Crucible stuff. Maybe go over some of the guns that I use, why I like them, stuff like that. And that's what I have planned right now. And you can find me on, YouTube, where we are right now, or Twitter.
Let's
Cool.
do a
I go
dueling
on
Jade
Twitter like
Rabbit
once
video.
a week. So. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Rex fucking shit, man. I'm telling you. It's a good gun. You should get one. Zer's selling it this week,
No, he's not. Fuck you.
It's a piece of shit gun. Don't get it.
Hi.
What he's selling, or?
Yeah, what he's selling.
Yeah.
I'm Pheno. So, yeah. You can find me over... This is what I deal with. Yeah.
Watching any-
And this is why we're unwatchable, just so you know. This is why the view count goes consistently down on these videos. 1,900 views,
Getting
12,
darker.
12 the next week. So, yeah, I have a bunch of stuff coming up on my channel this week. I've got more Prey.
Shocker.
I've got more Minion Masters. Again, thank you all who gave me some deck recommendations. I had a blast playing those this week or last week, and I've got more Minion Masters. I just said that. Monster Slayers. They've all blurred together. More Monster Slayers. That game is still fantastic, and I'm loving it. Dead Cells still running daily during the week on the channel as well. Hopefully we'll actually do good one of these times. And how many games have I listed? That's 4, right? And I've been basically bought by Dave. I will be playing this. This might not be a series. I'm not committing to beating this game at all.
You need to put up the first video of you just
Even just
figuring it out.
the intro
Yeah,
of
just
it
the
is going to
intro.
be
Just that
great.
first enemy you fight
But you really should
when
give it
you
a shot.
have
It's a really
no
good game.
weapons.
None? I'm
You
just
can
going
beat
to
him.
Wait,
You can beat it.
you can. I did.
I did too.
So I'm going to play that. I don't know if that's going to be up this week or if it's going to start next week. But it will be coming. And yeah, I just want to... Yeah, that's about it. I don't have too much coming up on the channel. No more Triple Pack Thursday. It's dead. I don't know if I'm going to open any packs. I might pick something up tomorrow. Who knows? Yeah, that's
Too much
really...
money.
That's really about it. That's really all that's on the channel. Just the normal stuff this week. Nothing special. Yeah. Hopefully all you ghosties out there like that. So, yeah. That's going to wrap up our podcast, isn't it? Look at that.
It is.
That's 13 episodes. 13.
Dang.
That is like 13
Wow.
times like... That's like 26 hours of podcasting.
It's a full day.
Yeah. That's not
It's almost
including...
a whole work week.
Yeah, it's a lot of podcasting. So, yeah, you compare it to a full work week, and yet there's like this video will get like 2 cents. So, the accumulative total of the podcasts is not.
Don't
a work
worry,
week.
YouTube fixed it.
That is true.
You should be making 10 again.
That won't take place until I get ads on my channel at 10,000 views.
Good luck.
Good luck. I'm almost there. We're going to get there. Next couple weeks. Up to like 8,700, 8,800. So we're getting there. We're getting there. So yeah, thank you all very much for watching episode 13 of the Unwatchable podcast. The code word for the end of the video, if you made it this far, is going to be Eevee, because it's the first thing I saw when I started talking. So yeah, if you made it to the end of the video, put a bunch of Eevee in the comment section down below. And if you again want to, feel free to hashtag #FuckOverwatch. We're okay with that too. Put it down there twice. Just throw it down there. Tweet it to all of us. We'd love to see it. And we'd love to start some conversations down in the comment section below. We'd love to open up a dialogue here. So come on, guys, talk to us. I mean, if you just want to talk about, you know, anything, your favorite Pokemon card, Zoodude's shirt, Dave's haircut,
Your balls itch.
anything, yeah.
How'd you know?
He's not answering. So yeah, we want to open up some dialogue. We keep saying it every week. We'd love to talk to you guys in the comment section below. Say anything you want, and we'll chat. We'll have a good time, and we'll have some fun. So yeah, thank you all once again for watching. This has been the Unwatchable Podcast, episode 13, and we'll see you next week. And as always, till the next video.
Bye. Fucking ET motherfucker.